All right, welcome to my episode here. This is going to be my final ever watching of Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Now, just as a quick preamble, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I was born in 79, so I didn't see the first two in the movie theaters. My parents said they took me to the third one. I don't remember it, so I don't think that counts. But my earliest memories are of watching Star Wars, the episode 4, 5, and 6. They're still my favorite movies of all time, and I love watching them on repeat. My friends and I were the prime age for being excited for the prequels to be coming out. So that Christmas when the trailer for Phantom Menace dropped, I recorded it on VHS and watched it over and over. I thought it was amazing. Every little cut scene, the wipe them out, and all the way that Princess Amidala looked and the way everything was, it looked epic, and we couldn't be more excited. So think about the kids in like that Fanboys movie. That literally was me. I mean, I worked at a comic book store. I was so excited about the movies. We got tickets. We camped out at Big Newport. There was an article in the newspaper about us, not just me, but everybody who camped. We got the tickets, and then they bought the tickets the week before and had to wait in a pretty long line to get those. And then we saw people putting tents out already for a show that was going to be a week later. And I said, screw it. Some of us got in line. Others of us went and got tents, and we brought them back that same day, and we camped out for 7 days. And it was awesome. The whole time was a party with a bunch of nerds, and I wouldn't trade that experience for anything. Getting out of the movie, it was a midnight show, and we were exhausted and kind of mixed feelings about the whole situation. And so I didn't hate Jar Jar Binks and the prequels as much as all my friends did kind of right after, and I didn't defend the movies, but as I watched Star Wars over and over, I did kind of throw those movies into rotation once they were out on DVD, and I would watch the prequels and be like, oh, this is part of canon, which it obviously is, but not really to me anymore. I gave it a good 10 years, almost 15 years probably, closer to, where I didn't defend the movies as much as I was like, these don't bother me. And then I think it was back in 2013 I tried to rewatch Episode 1, and I get that the movie became much more dated for the graphics and everything else. Putting all that aside, that doesn't happen with the original movies. That doesn't happen with 4, 5, and 6. That doesn't happen with a lot of other movies I love. Even Lord of the Rings coming out a few years later after that, I rewatch those all the time. I know it's sci-fi versus fantasy, and there's different technological advances or whatever, but it's just not the same. I couldn't defend it anymore. And so I was officially bummed on the first three, the prequels, episode 1, 2, and 3. And so I stopped putting them on my rotation. And then I wanted to do this. I wanted to watch it one last time, and I'm going to do a review, critique, commentary while I watch it. And then I'm just going to post it to, you're watching it on YouTube. So if you found this was my plan, to put it on here. And, my plan is for you to hit play, watch along with me, whether you're just listening, maybe on your device, you got YouTube running, and you can hit play along with me and see where you disagree, and then comment below, and, get the timestamp. And, I want to read people's thoughts about where you are in 20 years later now. It's, 2019 now. And then, going forward in the future, how does this hold up? If you're watching this 10 years from now, what is it at the 30 year? So this is to be the be all end all commentary track. Yes. For anyone ever. The people who made it, there's a lot of long stories about that. I would love to hear their thoughts and takes on it. And, I wish them all well. I feel bad for some of the actors who, didn't have the Harrison Ford type of career after. But, this movie still has to be looked at from the entertainment value. And I hold on to movies for their entertainment value. I'm not too big on film. I mean, I do like a lot of indie stuff, but it's got to stand on its own. It's just got to be what it is, and I am here to give my final thoughts on what entertainment value it's brought to me now after I've found it indefensible. So I've got the movie queued up. I can do a little countdown here. So I hit pause, load up your DVD, and I have a free space image behind me here, so I'm not doing any infringements. I'm not gonna show you any clips from the movie. It's just gonna be this. It's just gonna be this, me talking, me listening to this. So you've got to provide your own video and audio, and it's just a commentary track. So you'll hear me if you're playing this along with the movie at those timestamps. So let's get on to pod racing, woo, and find out what midichlorians are. So yeah, I have the movie queued up. Like I said, if you need to, pause the video now, cue it up, come back, and I will count us in. So I'm hitting play and looking forward to that crawl in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, John Williams. Oh, John Williams. I mean, John Williams wrote the soundtrack to my childhood. This is it. I mean, you put this, the Star Wars soundtracks and Indiana Jones soundtracks on, and I'm 6 again. Like, that's it. It's over. I'm happy. Bust out Lego sets, make me some Kraft macaroni and cheese, although I don't eat that anymore. But that's what I want. I want that Kraft macaroni and cheese, and I want to build with my Legos while this crawl goes. So we got Star Wars fading off into the distance, and here comes the crawl. So, episode 1, The Phantom Menace. I mean, when we were in the theater, there were some people wearing sombreros, which is great because for some reason my friends and I brought tortillas, and we were throwing tortillas into the sombreros at the midnight showing of this. But still, we were laughing, cheering. We got a speech. And good luck trying to read this crawl over me talking, right? So, turmoil has engulfed the Galactic Republic. The taxation of the trade routes to outlying star systems is in dispute. Okay, trade routes. Is that exciting? Hoping to resolve the matter with a blockade of deadly battleships, the greedy Trade Federation has stopped all shipping to the small planet of Naboo. While the Congress, let's have some Congress of the Republic endlessly debates this alarming chain of events, the Supreme Chancellor has directly dispatched 2 Jedi Knights, the guardians of peace and justice in the galaxy, to settle the conflict. Now, I get the Old Republic is going to be a lot more about the political stuff, and believe me, West Wing is one of my favorite shows of all time. I love West Wing, but you got to write like Aaron Sorkin to make politics that much fun. You really do. If you're not that good of a writer, I mean, okay, this is a cool starship, right? Love those sounds. I love hearing about how they make the sounds and how they combine jets and we'll watch it. Okay, and then we've got accents. Accents. I mean, some people give them some guff. It's like, okay, do you not like match up the visual with the audio and say like, hey, maybe we could go a different, unique direction where we don't infringe or impede on any cultures, people, whatever. Like, I don't know. So now here's one of my other major issues with the early episodes, especially episode 1. Episode 2 and 3 got different because you had clones. So, but clones were the good guys in episode 2 and 3. Well, episode 2 and 3 until obviously Order 66. But I am obsessed. I am absolutely obsessed with Stormtroopers. I have anything Stormtrooper. I love it. I love their uniforms. I love, I've got a ton of Stormtrooper collectibles. It's just Stormtroopers are like the most iconic thing. And then so you're putting Stormtroopers up against these droids and these droids. I mean, you can see Lucas taking the Stormtroopers kind of like from, THX 1138 and there's a cool transition there, but there's nothing cool about these droids. Look at these trade guys. Nothing cool about them. Nothing cool about them. They're like hunched over, and they're like, "I pose no threats, and bring the droid dekas. Let's send out some droid dekas. We'll try to assassinate 2 Jedi Knights." See, that guy's smart. I ain't going in there. I ain't going in there with 2 Jedi. Send in the droid. And then why is the droid concerned? Does he really think 2 Jedi are going to try to fight them? But yeah, Liam Neeson and Ewan McGregor. I mean, okay, yeah, excellent performances. Love their look. Love what they're doing. I mean, even some of the fight scenes are cool. Now every time the hologram pops up of Palpatine, it's always dope. Always dope. Holograms in this. Every time he delivers a line. Oh, hoods that cover your face like that cover over your eyes. I always wear hoodies. I love a nice deep hood over the hoodie where it's coming out, and even like if you have headphones on or something, it covers them too. I like a big hood on my hoodie. So yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, don't do it. Oh, murder in space. Oh, you trying to poison a Jedi? Okay, you don't have a camera in there? You don't have infrared? All this technology, and you can't tell if they're dead in your little gaseous thing. And if they must be dead, suck the gas out and see if they are dead. I mean, okay, I'm going to pick apart the plot too. I'm picking apart everything. But look at how those droids, they're not stormtroopers. Oh. I'm wondering if they're sitting in the meeting and being like, okay, these guys are going to start cutting everybody in half. Like that and that. I mean, everybody's getting cut in half. We can't have it be people. We can't have 2 Jedi shredding up a bunch of people and having blood splatter all over the walls. All right. I'm going to defeat myself in this. I'm also going to have some coffee because, I got to try to stay awake from this movie. Something I had fun with for these, the way the lightsaber cuts through blast doors. It's epic. Look at that. Oh, okay, that was the regular door. Here come the blast doors. And then just slice it and melt. Oh, it's so good. Oh, that'll hold up famous last words. I mean, if it's producing that kind of heat, like, don't you need like a hilt to kind of like protect when your hands are all grippy up on the lightsaber? Because, I mean, look at all that molten metals like right by your hand. I don't know. Oh yeah, here are the badasses. Those guys are pretty cool. I mean, functionally, it's pretty dope. Is it really a standoff? Is it is it a standoff between those two? Oh, they're no match for the droid guys. Are they really? Can't you force them? Just be like, boo, boo. I send you away. Boo. Does a droid destroyer shields work against force powers? Probably not. Or one of these. Crush them. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. This is it. This is where you know the movie's going bad. This is the... Oh, the negotiations were short. They could have been shorter. Our first peek of the Queen. Oh God, she looks so dope. The makeup, the hair. That's Star Wars. That's Star Wars where you make something look that cool. I mean, were they just waiting for it? Were they waiting for her? I mean, she's a reveal 12 minutes in. It's like, boom, striking. I love it. And then you look at their pale tones of the Trade Federation. Oh, politics. And so even if you okay, so a lot of people say, oh, these were made for he made this for his daughter. He made the movie he wanted to make. There's all his kid stuff going on in here. What kid wants to talk about trade wars? Trade wars? Oh God, what? And no, I'm not going to go into anything else. But who wants to? This isn't trade wars aren't for kids. Oh. Was, oh, the little zoom in. That little zoom in on her face. I will not condone an action that will lead us to war. Love that. And this is epic. The landing craft. This was in the trailer too. This, when it flips around, you're like, oh my God, this is going to be so cool. There's going to be so many stormtroopers or equivalent cool of stormtrooper coming off these things. Kind of reminds me when the X-Wings are flying in over Yavin 4. That's great. Those little skip hop things are kind of cool. They are on those little scooters that fly. That's fine. These tanks are all right, but okay. All right, I get you got to make cheap droids that all they can do is fire. That's fine. So you want as little materials as possible, so they're kind of all skinny and stuff. But this is a space movie. Let's just make them look cool. Let's pretend these trade guys, they care about money, but they also care about prestige. They want to look good. Oh no, indeed, Jar Jar. Oh no, indeed. Oh no. I've got 2 more hours. I've got 2 more hours of watching Jar Jar. Here he comes. Here's the first one. Oh no. Oh no. I just want to talk about go back to like the 11-minute mark where the first joke was, "You're right, Master, the negotiations were short." Oh, it's just like, when I was in the movie theater, I was like, oh, here we go. This is okay. Star Wars. It's like, I have a bad feeling about this, But I'm just going to talk over all of Jar Jar's lines. I'm not really, but man, I feel like I should, even for this last viewing. Right, that's a cool takedown of those little rock hopper things. That was a cool takedown. It's like speeder bike style. Oh. When you have to write "excuse me" in anything, like even with an accent, even with anything, when you write that in, why? He's been banished. He should have also been banished from this movie. Ba-ding! Ba-dong! I gotta be honest, like, how stupid I was for liking this. Like, part of me is, when I had hair, like, there wasn't this going on. Well, this came on early, like 24, but when these came out, I was like 20. So I still had a full head of hair, and there was the dumb part of me that's like, oh, I kind of want like a little Padawan tail, like not the little thing, that goes back here. No, not that guy, but the little side braid. I was like, I could rock that. I could do that. Oh man, but I was wrong. I was definitely. Cool to see like Jedi swimming. Like when did you expect to see a Jedi swimming other than like a trash compactor? there might be a part of the movie where I just get up and you guys keep watching and I'm going to go get more coffee. Does that ever happen in like a commentary track? Have you ever been watching a movie and like in the middle of the commentary, like they all just leave and go get snacks and then come back? And I'm sorry, like you're going to have to duck your own audio a little bit. I'm going to keep talking at this pace. So I'm just hoping this recording stays recorded and works, because I don't have that many videos up on YouTube yet, so I'm still working on the kinks. Look at him. Look at him. What are these above dwellers doing here? These above dwellers. Looks like a cool little bubble city. It looks like they're in harmony. In Big Doo-Doo. You're in Big Doo-Doo, so that's the 6-year-olds can understand Big Doo-Doo, but they also love a good trade blockade. Oh no, it's a trade blockade. Hey everybody, let's get the Star Wars Episode 1 trade blockade set. That's the one I want, Mama. I want the Lego trade blockade, please. Classic, technological, like lower technologically, not as advanced. Like, wow, we don't help people. Here's where the science comes in for Jedi science. You guys live in a symbiotic circle. This is, this is the groundwork. Symbiotics. Whatever. Being symbiotic. Guess what? We're going to beat you over the head with that later and disappoint your whole childhood with midichlorians. At least it's a theme. So whatever, I don't know how many times I've seen this movie. A dozen, half a dozen, I don't know. Definitely had a few showings of it. I would say a dozen, at least. Now, because I probably saw it a couple times in the theater. Probably saw it that first time where it's like the adrenaline carried me through like any potential like criticism. Like you're sitting in there and you can't think. You're not sitting there thinking like there's any potential at all in the first viewing of this when you're that excited and it's been 18 years since a Star Wars movie's come out or whatever it was. You're not there. You're sitting there and it does not even cross your mind that this could be a bad movie. You wanted it so bad. The hype was so high. So that carried me through the first viewing. And then, I probably went and saw it again in the movie theater a few times. And then, every time I rewatch Star Wars 4, 5, and 6, which is a lot. I didn't always watch these two. Occasionally, it'd be like, I've got all Sunday. I want to work on, a game design project or whatever I'm working on at the time. I'll throw these all on and have them on background style, and it's just a nice movie marathon. And so I don't know how many viewings it's taken to get here, and the point is, with all those viewings, even when it's in the background or even when I was that excited and paying attention, I still don't know every word Jar Jar said. Like, I could quote you lots of lines from a lot of other characters, and almost like, in 4, 5, and 6, I could quote you everything from every character. But for this, most of the lines when they're coming for the Jedi. Jar Jar's lines, I still don't know, like, literally, like, what the word he tried to say was, or what his fake word was, or what he even meant to say. I don't know. And this moral of the story of there's always a bigger fish. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah. And that is a cool moment because it does like harken back to that the worm in the asteroid with a Millennium Falcon, you know, that kind of creature like of this universe. That's cool. I like that. Young and naive, but like that's my favorite. There's a fire somewhere, and let's just not tell anybody about it till it's burnt something down. What a great theory. When you run a trade federation. We're losing power. We need some water too for this. We need an action. We need an action shot. Let's go. Action time. There we go. Bring in alligator mouth eel. Oh, look at the Vulcan nerve pinch. Borrowed from Star Trek, and I don't agree with the fighting over Star Trek and Star Wars. We're all friends. I know that they inspired each other and helped each other out. I mean, you got Star Trek cult following for the Star Trek. Star Wars is a blockbuster success. I've seen reports that the success of the Star Wars movie is what led to the Star Trek movie, and then Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, and you know, they've both had their hits and misses now. But I love being a fan of both. And if you want to turn off the video because of that, that's fine. I ain't got time to live with that hate. Oh, that image right there where she's standing in the window. That's so great. What's glowing in that dress? Like, they need to make more dresses with glowy stuff in them. Oh man, that's an army. Okay, the queen is captured, but this is what I don't like. The Palpatine is from Naboo. He knows the queen. She is not young and naive and easy to control. Like, he should know that. That must be his hubris of being a Sith. That's Sith hubris right there. Was that a bungee net? I put a bungee net on all of my submersibles that go through the core of the planet. That's a great thing about putting masks on. Like, I should be wearing face paint and a mask in my everyday life. That way, like, if there's ever a day I don't want to go to work, I just have somebody else put the paint on and go do my job. I like it. It's a good plan. It's a good plan. I remember being in the movie theater and being like, I have a crush on Natalie Portman. That is not Natalie Portman. So, good try. Good try, Lucas. But it's a nice little twisty twist, even if you see it coming. And I don't remember if I did exactly. I was just like, oh, she looks weird. She looks different. Which, she's probably good. Now, this is smart. Nice little ambush spot. I like it. I feel like they did the ambush scene in Rogue One. The ambush scene in Rogue One was really good, too. Where you got 3 factions fighting each other. Why did Jar Jar even drop down? What was Jar Jar going to do? Like, just stay up there. You know what? This whole trilogy could have been fixed. This whole thing could have been fixed. I have the answer. Jar Jar gets them there. Then all you have to say, Jar Jar, stay with the boat. You're welcome. I could have saved us all. Jar Jar, stay with the boat. Oh no. Were you the 6-year-old sitting in the crowd? The trade negotiations never took place. Oh my god. Mom. Mama, what's a trade negotiation? Is that Keira Knightley? Is that Keira Knightley who plays the... I could be speaking out of turn. So much for commentary. Like, the director's watching this. He's like, this is where we had Keira Knightley. This is before she got, before she was bending it like Beckham. She was great, to have her on set for a day. So, I mean, yeah. There's already commentary like that. This is what you want. The fan commentary. For my final viewing of this. I can't believe this. Yeah, this will probably be the last time I ever watch this movie. I know a lot of people watch movies one and done. There's a lot of content to absorb, but I'm watching Indiana Jones over and over. I'm watching Star Wars over and over. I'm watching Lord of the Rings over and over. Firefly over and over. I even look forward to watching like the Battlestar Galactica series again. Like, I wish I could sit and watch all of Star Trek Next Generation again. It's been so long since I sat through all those. But I feel like somebody there should have got shot too. Like, a pilot running should have got shot. There's not one dead. Like, all those droids missed everything. Like, there's the stormtrooper. Haha, stormtroopers can and everything. But like, a droid has a mechanical eye and like hand-eye coordination. Like, they should have been able to hit something. Like, if you can't force crush or like slice them all up with your lightsaber right away, right there, right then, and make that happen, then they probably would have got a shot off or more. Could you imagine, like, there's the droid destroyers and they're badass, right? But could you imagine, like, even one of those droids dual welding guns, and even his like eyes like going in different directions and making sure he could shoot two targets at once? Get it. Yeah, see, that's where there's plenty of humor come from. People pop up beeps from R2-D2. That's all we needed. That's all we ever needed. On this part's sad. Oh, you take out an Astro droid? You take out more Astro droids? Shoot one of the pilots! I would have rather seen a pilot die. Honestly, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you have loved to rather see one of the Royal Guards or those pilots dying and see these poor little astromechs go down? Poor little astromechs. There they are. They are just doing their little jobs. Of course, R2-D2, the savior of the whole thing. I like the look of that pilot. He's kind of rad. I always liked his look. He's like that gruff guy. He's kind of like a Han Solo that found a career, right? The pilot of the, he's not the total like. Okay, they're finding the plane. He's the guy that wasn't the rogue. He wasn't the total Han Solo type guy. He's like, I need to get a job. I need something with benefits, and I want to raise my children here in Naboo. So I don't want to be smuggling anything or doing anything that way. So yeah, why don't I apply for this job for flying the queen around? I can do that. Yeah, but I'll keep my sideburns and kind of have the biggest collar I can find on my jackets. I like him. He's like the family guy he's like the family man of your Han Solos. I like that. Here we go. Uh-oh. There was a fire and something got burned down. We're here to report it. Okay. Darth Maul's entrance. So dope. Okay. So, one of the best things about... I was out of hand before... Two of them. That's not a bad joke. No, there are two of them. I'm not bummed on that joke. It's not good, but I'm not bummed on it. Oh, R2-D2. And applause. I remember being in the theater. R2-D2, yes. This is how you know that the queen. Okay, either your double hates you. It's like, oh well, I'm pretending to be you. I'm gonna send you to go scrub some toilets, or it's like Queen Amidala is for the people and for the droids. Like, yeah, I'll go scrub that droid. She's the queen of the people. She likes to get her hands dirty. Okay, were were Gungans like only like sung of in song and history and stories because like maybe she's so polite, she's so good, she's such a good queen. She's like, I will scrub an asteroid that saved my life and the life of my people, and I will also pretend to not know what a Gungan is just so I can make conversation with this stupid guy right here. There's my boy, the pilot. Look at that collar. I would wear that jacket. Yeah, I'd wear that jacket. I roll up to Comic-Con in that. People will be like, whoa, this guy's weird. Oh, the sound effects are still glorious. I'm not watching this in HD. I'm watching this on like VLC on my computer. And like the graininess kind of helps with the age of the technology that is the the early CGI and stuff for this. So it actually makes me like it a little more. It's got a little bit of the older vibe to it. Uh-oh. I mean, if you don't know where you are and you're the queen, like, why? I mean, now look at R2D2 getting all dirty all over again in the sand. I wanted to say, oh, I love that they're coming back to the sandy Tatooine, so it's like that's fun. But like, that guy's got a huge bucket on his head. I mean, you don't know how bad it is. What if people are just willy-nilly shooting like lightsabers in the streets, or it's like, hey, what's a female doing walking around? All females are slaves. Like, it's just so. I mean, all right, well, I guess if you're walking around with a Jedi, you ain't worried about it. But you're also walking around with a Jar Jar, so I don't know. These sets are cool. The iconography of just like the structures and everything on Tatooine, they give you good vibes. Be cool to see more like succulents, more like plants and stuff. Not too much, just some cacti here and there. Oh, and Watu. Oh my gosh. More tropes. Just hearing him talk is so cringy to me for all the reasons. For all the reasons, it's so cringy for me to hear him talk. Are you an angel? It's so funny because they don't really talk about. I mean, they have their own religion, but like, are there? I mean, people think in the of the Force and stuff. It's like, how does an angel play into the Force? I don't know. An angel just seems so referencey to Christianity, and there's like, are there other things in Star Wars where like specifically pokes at Christianity, like, oh, Darth Vader is the devil himself? Like, I don't think so. I'm a person. I'm a new Anakin. Yeah, so their interactions are fine with Anakin and Padme, but And how convenient. How convenient. Mind tricks don't work on the one character they need mind tricks to work on. And he was kind enough to let us know in that dialogue that you're so lucky. I'm the only one who's got one. No, just leave him. Why tell Jar Jar to come with you? Just leave him there. Just be like, look. Just be like, hey, I'm leaving Jar Jar here with all your stuff unless you give me the hyperdrive. Like, where's there subtitles for what they were saying? I don't think I was getting subtitles. I forget. Oh, just hearing him talk, it's like butter. Trade your lightsaber, bro. Don't talk about nothing of value. How much do them lightsabers cost you? $200 at Galaxy's Edge. Oh my gosh. Good thing the boy from the shop followed them around. I like how Sebulba's like hanging out with like some dead pirate guy just leaning against the thing like, I think I'm dead. Oh, the flowing robes of the Jedi still look so cool. Maybe a Jedi can just like force wedge his way through a sandstorm. Who lives on those upper levels? Can you imagine walking up those steps when like with your grocery bags? It's rough. That's a slave's life. Those are slaves' quarters. Slave's got a 2-bedroom? That's some slaving right there. Hey, come check out my droid who's gonna befriend your droid before we make babies together. All the little beeps, all the little R2-D2 beeps are always so great. Oh, I can't see. I feel like there's a lot of moments in Star Wars where C-3PO can't see. I love being able to see his insides though. It's so cool. A little whirling brain. Ugh, I think I'm allergic. I'm allergic to young Anakin. Is that what I mean? Parts are showing. I mean, do you have to code a droid for those kind of like emotions and feelings? I'm gonna tell you what to do, then I'm gonna walk away so you can ignore what I'm telling you to do. I like how Obi-Wan in this is like reduced to, you know, when you watch those like NCIS shows and those all those like police dramas and stuff, and are they procedural? I think they're procedural dramas. I don't know. But oh, Darth Maul is interrupting my thoughts. Oh. The moments in this movie that are worth like seeing and watching. Like I just want let's just watch the Darth Maul cut of this. I think there's a cut on this that tries to cut out the jokes and some of this really stupid stuff. Maybe I'd try to give one of those a watch in the future, and maybe also interesting to try to do some commentary on that. Maybe the differences when I can spot them. And man, slaves get bowls of fresh fruit in their place. Man. Well, yeah, Jedi. What about other Jedi that can do it? Jedi could probably race them. We should have saw that. Kick the kid out and have Obi-Wan. Put Obi-Wan in there to do some pod racing. Now this is pod racing. Laser sword. I saw your laser sword. And he does. I feel like he does speak like someone his age. Chopped up a bunch of Tuscans. I think you have. That was a good little moment. So back to the procedural thing. Basically, Obi-Wan in this has been reduced to the person back in the lab that like types up all this stuff and like, oh, send me the samples and I'll get you your answers. Like, Obi-Wan is reduced to the helper in back at the lab that's not allowed to go on field assignments, and then like later in like the fourth season is like forced to go into the field for something, then gets kidnapped, and then everybody else saves him, and they're like, oh my god, oh my god, get me back in my lab. I just want to be back in my lab after they spent 3 seasons like begging for some field action. Oh, greed. How convenient that you're here the day before the biggest race ever. I'm building a pod racer in the backyard. It's also the fastest one ever. I'm still building it, and you know they'll just let you join. They'll let you join the race anytime you want. You don't have to worry about registration fees. You don't have to worry about deadlines missing. We'll squeeze another one in. Also, we'll squeeze in the fastest one ever. Like anybody who's crooked, you know, like on this planet where you've got the Hutts running scams and stuff, they've got so much money on the person that they think is think about this like horse racing, like the person they think is going to be the guaranteed winner. All the odds are in. Bringing in this like random person for the races would mess up everything. It would mess up everything for the odds. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to. Yes, I'm suspending disbelief, but this is my last time watching this. I want to just pick it apart. I mean, It just speaks better commentary while I'm watching it too. Like, can I just give you a 2-minute video on why I'm never going to watch Star Wars Episode 1 again? Yeah, I could do that. But this is my last time watching it. And I think we're touching on all the big reasons why I don't like it. And now I'm also dipping into all the little reasons of why I don't like it too. So bear with me. And I appreciate you bearing with me. Because if you've already made it this long, you're my friend. No doubts there. He's good. He's good. No doubts there. High five. We got a deal. High five. Yeah. So they solved the entry fee thing. So that was good. That was one thing down. But I don't think you can mess with the odds on a horse race like that where there's all these people who have money on it. No way. No way they'd want an X Factor like that. Not to mention if it's rigged too. Someone rigged it. Okay, so another thing. Where did a slave get all those parts to make a pod racer thing? Where did he get? I mean, you gotta be. That's some scrounging. And you could do it with scrap. Okay, we'll grant him that. The other thing I wanted to talk about was when Wada was worried about, I mean, the joke about him killing somebody you knew for it. If he thinks that guy's willing to kill somebody for a pod, wouldn't you be a little worried he's going to kill you for the part you need? Like, that's just a weird joke. Oh, here we go. More Christianity. Mary. Mother Mary. I didn't come here to free slaves, but I found a Messiah. Also, like, do you think, like, he's just... Qui-Gon Jinn's just sitting there being like... Oh, is that young Greedo? That'd be funny. What if Qui-Gon Jinn's just sitting there and he's like... Wait a second. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You had sex with somebody. I'm not going to believe it. That you're just embarrassed and you don't want to admit who the father is. Let's go play ball. Just another weird scene. Of course, we had to have Jar Jar dudes. Okay. Oh my God. That's not funny. That's so not funny. Great. He can't speak before, and now let's take away his tongue. I'll fire that thing up. Chop his hand off. Yeah, so C-3PO, who's usually the comic relief, is sitting there saying the audience's feelings like, I think he's a little odd. Okay, so... Just fire it up and kill him. the so if Jar Jar is bad as he is, and he's like some like water dweller guy, why would you give him a spanner or whatever tool you gave him and had him do anything on this pod that you were banking everything on? Like, even if time is an issue and you need to get something done in time for the race or whatever, don't let Jar Jar help you. Don't let Jar Jar help you. That's just a bad idea. Uh-oh. Mother Mary's concerned. Yeah. Are you infected with midichlorians? There. Spoiler alert. Yes. I'm calling back to the lab. Who's in the lab? I need my lab assistant, please. No more field work for you. And here's where all of our childhoods were ruined. Oh. 20,000? It makes you wonder, like, if there's a little bug or something in us that's giving us, like, we're all infected with some, like, in this world there's probably midichlorians in everybody, and like, so, like, force users just have like a more concentration of them or whatever it is. So it makes you wonder, like, is there anything in our world, in our brain, in the chemistry, where we're having a symbiotic relationship, that it's not just like a chemical being produced, like we could produce serotonin or whatever else that's like just naturally, like, what if there's like little microscopic, like, little things that we could someday trace that's like performing some function. But it also makes you wonder, like, is there one that we could insert into us that could give us the powers of, like, I don't know, some frequency we're not already on. Like, even if it's just like some little thing that's like all over your head, it picks up radio waves and you can like focus and you're like, oh, I want to tune into, FM, Kiss FM or whatever. And just start like tuning into radio waves in your brain. I mean, that's basically what this is. Midichlorians are just making it so that they have extra powers because there's symbiotic relationship that was foreshadowed before. Did we need any of that in A New Hope, Empire Strike? Did we need any of that? Like, did you have to go back and explain? Like, I feel like one of the best experiences if you're going to disappoint a fan base, if you're going to disappoint people with a movie, I think you disappoint them with over-explaining. When you leave questions unanswered, people get miffed. I prefer a complete story. I prefer a complete package. But there are plenty of people. There are plenty of people who like a movie that just, it doesn't have to be wrapped up with a nice, pretty bow. Questions hanging, questions, lingering for things. So that could have been fine. But here, I feel like you go back into the prequel and you're over answering questions. You're answering questions nobody asked. Nobody asked where technically, where did the Force come from? Sure, there's some like, ooh, where did the Force come from? Just like, what's the meaning to life? Like, sure, like, but like, we don't want to have, I don't know, maybe it's, whatever. It's one of those big questions that, like, if they went back and made these movies, which they did not have to answer. This is a dope move. This is what Force powers are for. I love how Maddie gets that his dice didn't work, and it's like, guess what I don't pick up? I don't pick up my dirty dice that don't work. I don't need it anymore. I'm leaving it there. Yeah, I'd probably leave it there, too. I just love how Maddie gets after the dice roll, because he's like, wait. Not only did I lose, I was the winner. Yeah. So, that's whatever. It's almost better, like the subtitles are off, so I don't know what they're saying when they're speaking in the in the Watu language, but it's better without. Oh, it's so wizard. It's fun to say things. It's so fun to say things are wizard now too. Of course. What's that kid up to? I gotta look up his friend and see, like, what movies is that kid in? I should bring this stuff up I should do some research in real time. Let's bring up IMDb. Oh, there we go. Some pre-Imperial droid action. Some Sith droid action. This is cool. I mean, that's a lot of people watching. This is a cool setup, and pod racing could have been cooler. Just seems like a weird interjection. And I now officially would like to reveal something. I'm gonna make a confession here, which I feel bad about. My first time watching this in the movie theater when I was with all my friends, and it was the big deal. I came out of the movie not hating it so much as everybody else did, and there wasn't initial hate. I think everybody was still riding high on the adrenaline, and there was a lot of disappointment. I was really tired. Of like the 20 of us that went, I was the only one that slept there every single night. Like every night, multiple people always slept in the camp with me, but I had my tent. We had like 3 other tents there, and like other people would stay in the other tents, but I was always in my tent every night. I only left to go home and shower and then to go to work, and then I would come right back. But I was a little tired when this went on at midnight, because it was a long time to stay excited. Oh, here's the Larry, Moe, and Curly. Yeah. I'm okay with that. Like, keep it to the Larry, Moe, and Curly references. Like, let's do that. I'm okay with that. I mean, it's super bad, but still, like, I don't know, better than a whole character of Jar Jar. Now, the thing is I was so tired. Here's the admission. I fell asleep through the pod race. When we got out of the movie theater, and the second time I watched the movie, I didn't remember this part, as I think I slept through it. So I nodded off. And at first I felt really bad that I had nodded off. But now where I'm at with this, no regrets. That nap was worth it. The nap made it better. Maybe every time I'm watching this movie, if I fell asleep during all the parts I hate, just like nod it off really quickly, like a minute here, a minute there, this movie would be good. It'd be like my own like Derek nods off edit of the Phantom Menace, and then it like is a great movie again. Yeah, feel, don't think. That's a great way through life. I gotta find that little kid. Who is his little friend that's like all like, oh, wizard, Annie? Wizard. Is it Kitster? I think it's Kitster. Yeah. He was in the Star Wars show. Alright. Kitster, I think his name was. Thank you, Huts. Let's fire it up. Yeah, this is cool. Okay, what's cool about this scene is like you get to see like what's going on in the world of Star Wars. Like, there's just so much to like the way everybody uses the technology in that world to make different devices and make different vehicles. Like, that's fun to play with. Like, I hope that the set designers and, vehicle designers and costume designers had a lot of fun making this movie. I mean, that's another commentary that, how many times are you going to watch this commentary on though? Hopefully I'm the only one. Hopefully I'm the only one that matters. I haven't watched this with any commentary on. I don't know if I could stomach them justifying or telling me like where he's like, so midichlorians, they just had to be something symbiotic. I'm sending a message here. I don't know. I don't think I could sit through it. So, but this is I'm having fun. I hope you're having fun. Oh, those goggles. See, that helmet and those goggles are just not as iconic as any of the other, like the X-Wing helmets with the visor, and like you could put the shield down too, but then like the visor with the like the yellow. Oh, there's Wicket. That's one way to do it. He's got the false start. But gets right back into the action. He's a good little problem solver. Oh no, oh poor little Skywalker. What happens when he wins it though? Oh, that guy's poor long face. Oh, when the rockets go in every direction. Yeah, it's coming. So wherever like Sebulba is now, think about it. If yours is that fast to catch up to him between now and when it takes time, but it's like, okay, well, what about being able to, like, shouldn't you be able to overcome him right away? I'm sorry, I gotta have some chocolate chips. This is what I do, like, this is my snack, is eating just dark chocolate chips. I do the guitard 63%. I wish it was a little darker. I prefer like a 70, but 63 is alright. A little more sugar. They put a little touch of vanilla in it. It's nice. The sounds of those are so fun too. I love the sound. Like this, yeah. Sebulba's has the best sound. Like a 1940s Merc coupe engine. Oh no! Don't you know like if you're gonna race this, don't you know like the course inside and out? Like you've probably driven through it. This is pretty funny. I love that there's like Tusken Raiders kind of. Wouldn't that be funny if like? All right, that reference back to A New Hope is great. But wouldn't that be great if like there's another sporting event and then all of a sudden like, oh. Oh no, the power coupling. Could you imagine one of those rockets going to the stand? It'd be like being at the air show and the helicopter blade comes down. Have you seen those videos of like, or being at NASCAR and the wheel like bounces up into the crowd and you see that poor old lady like get that tire burn like right on her face. Larry Moan Curly, here we go. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh, he literally says, "Oh no!" There, yeah, that's what I was feeling. Don't waste your snacks, Jabba. You don't. Yeah, you gotta eat those guys. Keep your weight on. He's moving up. That's a cool shot. I like the far shot, and you see the dust trails. That's a great one. So yeah, why don't we have more events where like there's like not where like our sports people, like our athletes would be in like genuine trouble, but it is funny. It's like there's sharpshooters out, like let's say like football, but like the other team can have like a sniper with tranquilizer darts, so it's like the running back is taking off and you can just like he breaks all the tackles and you can just like snipe him with a tranq dart. Like there's just other obstacles in the road. I guess that's what you get with Tusken Raiders. And he's moved like that smell you later move. Now, don't get me wrong. I actually like the pod racing is kind of cool. And I'm sure for Lucas, this was like his like American graffiti. Like I'm doing American graffiti for 6-year-olds in space. Oh, that poor bad puppet guy. So all like it took one piece of debris that Sebulba threw at that guy. Oh, that's tough to watch. Like, how are you steering? You better be going straight. Love this little Magnum move. Ba-ding! That's dope. Nice. Nice little problem solver. You gotta love that, Anakin. Now, like, the look of these are cool. It's like chariots, right? Like, there's, like, those engines are like horses. And I would say, like, the context of the race isn't so bad, where it's like he's got the fastest thing, so he keeps catching up, and then there's little, like, all his little setbacks. Oh, somebody's about to get it. Oh, you got it. Oh. So yeah, just like a lot of little setbacks for Anakin. But right here, he should just be blowing right past him. There's no more setbacks. He should just be smoking him. Like, if he caught up to Sebulba this whole way, it should be like, you're smoked, dude. So again, no issue with this race in itself. Like, the whole everything that's going on. Like, I feel like it's well done. It just, if you're making a 2.5 hour movie, this doesn't need to happen. Just like pod racing. Is this like to show his feats? Like, we could have had. Oh, could you imagine him like being forced in like a rescue position where he's got all these powers, and then he had like just like this outburst, like this breakout of power, or something like they're being invaded or something, like something really outskirtsy. And then, like, he's just like, raw, power over 9,000. And, like, just, like, saves the day. Instead of becoming, like, the high school football star, jock champion of the illegal pod racing circuit. All right, now here he should just be gone. Houdini Jawas. That's great. See, this, like, he shouldn't be able to catch up to him at all. If he's, it's just like ahead and gone. What will happen? Sebulba's in the lead now. Annie's ship is on fire. Here we go. Here goes little problem solver number 4. All right, the fire is out. Let's reboot. Gotta love the little problem solving skills. He did it. Go get him, Annie. Go get him. Go get that battle Sebulba. And his super fast engine that you probably should have been able to outrun from the time you were already ahead of it without any issues. Is it going to be a photo finish? Is it going to be a photo finish? Sebulba's last ditch effort to take him out. Oh yeah, Sebulba didn't plan for this. To be hooked together. Look what I've done. I tried to ram you and I've connected our ships. Did you see that look Qui-Gon Jinn just made? Is he just doing some force? Did he just do some force business? This isn't a race so much as it is like last man standing. It's just like you didn't win. You're just like the last one left. You should just build a tank with a bunch of weapons on it. Just, I mean, they're all gonna blow up. Help them along. Now he's the most famous slave ever. I love his little dirt beard. That's me. That's me. That's me in the theater. Wake up. The pod racing's over. We got the rest of the movie to watch. Let's get back to that. Let's get back to that all exciting trade war. Let's get back to the blockade. Oh, Mom, don't kiss me, Ma. Don't kiss me, Ma. Are you my mom and my dad? Because I didn't have a dad. No. Tender moments. You had tricked me. Or discuss it with my lightsaber. You say, oh, he didn't want to pay, strike him down, and then you get the mom and the son. Pathetic life form. That's funny. It's like, I saw that he had 20,000 midichlorians. 20,000 midichlorians. I'm just going to call him a pathetic life form. What kind of line is that? What kind of line is that? He's a pathetic life form with all the midichlorians I wish I had. He's got them all. That's what Anakin is. He's like a Pokemon trainer. He's caught all the midichlorians. You're free. Not me. On your starship. Is it the Starship Enterprise? With your laser sword? This is the best. You let 8-year-olds decide. I mean, I don't begrudge that. It is his choice. Wait a second. Does this feel like the moments on Tatooine where like you've got Luke and his aunt and uncle? I mean, I guess the wardrobe's kind of the same and stuff. Did we get any blue milk in this? Was there blue milk at their dinner? Now that we all know where it comes from. Spoiler alert. It comes from some ugly looking creatures. This is an interesting shot. What an interesting choice. So you have one POV vision from this whole movie. The whole movie you have one. I love the transitions. The transitions in Star Wars are always fun. Just like that simple like swipe, the swipe fade. Oh, there's an iconic moment. Him in the stand with his little first grader backpack. It's my first day of school. Let's have some tears. Oh, he's got his little thermos. Oh, I bet you there's a Lunchable in there. There's like a little Lunchable. And he's like, oh, the ham and cheese Lunchable with the crackers. That one was always my favorite when I was a kid. I hope. My heart tells me I hope so. So, okay, back to this shot of through C-3PO's eyes. Is there any other shot ever in Star Wars that's a POV shot like that? Like you see through another character's eyes? Is that why this one's so uniquely bad? Just that right there just takes you so out of it, and you're watching Anakin go goodbye through poor C-3PO's eyes. Which also takes me back to the "Oh, thank the maker" in episode 4 where he's taking the oil bath. That's dope. Love that. Thank the maker. There goes Darth Vader. Another sick transition. All on his freaking heavy back. He doesn't drive a scooter. He drives the heavy back. Uh-oh. Oh, yes. Dueling. Do it. I'm only going to reveal one side because I only have to fight one of you. Look at those tight shots. Take off. I'm not going out there. Wouldn't that be funny? He just flies away. It's like, you got this, Qui-Gon. You got this. I'll see you later. Oh, God, that's funny. Oh, I don't think he's going to beat him. So we're just going to jump away. I don't want to stick around to find out who this guy is. Meanwhile, back in the lab. Don't worry about that guy for right now. I've got to make the introduction of a generation. You're a Jedi too. How many Jedi are there? There's gonna be. Am I just going to where like there's just Jedi everywhere? Yeah, pretty much. These Trade Federation guys got it pretty good. They're like, well, just follow some Sith orders and boom, I rule a planet. You've heard tell of Gungans. Are you a Gungan? Look at Jar Jar's feet. They don't look like swimmer's feet. Why is the handmaid looking at the Queen's messages? I don't like sand, and I don't like cold. Here's my handmaid's blanket. Oh, this is like when you have a crush on your babysitter, you know? Rarely, I guess, do people end up with the babysitter. Although sometimes, older dudes end up with their kids' babysitters. But I've heard some famous people. I've heard some stories. Not like Jude Law. Jude Law had that. I'll be your mommy now. I'll be your babysitter you can have a crush on. And later you'll trick me into having kids with you. I wonder if the midichlorians pull that off. It's like make you more attractive to the ladies. Oh, there's my boy. Yeah, I gotta get there and land so that I can get my steady paycheck and union benefits. Driving the Royal limo. I think it's dope. It's like the Ferrari. It's a Maserati of the personal transports. Yeah, don't pay attention to what he's saying. Smile at Anakin. You're the queen. You don't need to hear it. Sorry, I'm making chocolate chip noises. Like Anakin there is kind of like me off to camp. Like, oh, where am I going? I don't have my I don't have my actual parents around to help me. The adventure of that for him is kind of pretty cool. You get so distracted, can't remember, forget your, you're gonna be so distracted, can't really pine over your mom too much. It's weird, the Darth Jar Jar theories, which I kind of love, but think about how close the relationship is to Jar Jar and Anakin right there. And, Palpatine and Vader, they knew Jar Jar. That guy knew Jar. Okay, in your head, think about Darth Vader like choking people and being like that badass in episode 4, and it's like, yeah, that guy's buddies with Jar Jar Binks. That guy's like childhood friend is Jar Jar. We need more like Vader Jar Jar pictures together. More politicking. Oh, God, I can't wait to pop this in on my next movie marathon. Trade blockades and... Oh, let's do a no confidence vote. Ah, the Jedi Temple. I want to see more of that. Like, let's see the even wider shot of the Jedi Temple. Look how high it is above everything else. Impossible. Oh my gosh, the hubris. The hubris. Jedi Council. The midi-chlorian birth. Now the Force has a will. It's just like, I thought it was just like a rule that bound everything together. But it's got a will now. Bring it fine. Bring him before us. And it's like, don't the Padawans, don't the younglings go for training for a long time? They don't have a master right away, do they? There's a boy to see Padme here. Be assured her heart goes with you. Yeah, so if you're sitting on that council and you know that you've had 1,000 years of peace, don't you feel like the Force is out of balance? Like, if there has to be a pure balance of like good and evil, so they say like, oh, it's the prophecy that's going to bring back balance to the Force. Is like, that's a bad balance. Like, can we kill him right now? Can we stop this? Or maybe that's the way they're saying it and I'm not hearing it. I might not be hearing it. Like, they're worried that he's going to bring balance because there is no balance. They know that they're in power. Oh, yeah. Shoot, I shouldn't be talking over this. The procedures. I have an objection. I second the motion and I would like to hear the honorable mentions from blah, blah, blah. Who speaks on our behalf? Another dope costume, though. This politicking here. Man, that sounds so... This is like America right now. Let's get some stuff going that'll help the environment. Oh, no. My donors say the fossil fuel industry says no. It's a good speech. Vote now. Vote now. Will they though? If it's all corrupt, will they really vote for someone who's that strong? And maybe he's right. She is easily controlled and naive because he's pulling those puppet strings from here, and she doesn't realize that he's going to be the front runner. I mean, she's from afar. He knows what's going on there and she doesn't. I mean, she only knows what he probably tells her. Look at that. Even traffic in space, when you got flying cars, they're not going as fast as they could be. Look at all that open room. Open up some of the... And is how feel you a Yoda line? That's a Yoda line. There it is. The path to the dark side. Yep. Mace sees it. Ah, it's a fear. Because you're going to go dark, son. You're going to go very, very dark. Dark side. From all that fear. Why is Jar Jar in the royal chamber? Is he like an ambassador to the Gungans now? Like... Oh my god, take him down. He's banished from his own people. Take him down and put him... He should be like cooking food somewhere. Like send him down to the water and he's a fisherman. Why is Jar Jar still here? Oh. Yeah. That's true. That's how she gets it. Oh man, it's so inspiring. My fate will be no... Nope, he's gonna rule it. A little smile. That's so inspiring, her going back. My fate will be no different than my people. No. No. Yeah, they do. You don't see it, that he's gonna bring balance back the other way. You guys have ruled for too long. Impossible. Our own counsel do we keep. No. No. Sam Jackson's so good in this. That's a great scene. That scene was definitely worth not talking over. It's like, why Qui-Gon doesn't see that? It's like, oh, if he's the chosen one that you believe in, don't you see he's going to bring balance back the other way? Ah, from your point of view. Oh, Qui-Gon, he wants to see the best in everybody. I love that about him. Even when it chops him and when it kills him. R2-D2 over there on the ledge decides, like, should I just jump now? Should I just end it and get this over with? Oh no, the midichlorian speech. Oh no. Oh, it hurts my heart every time he explains it. No, they're inside us. Recipients, stop it. Stop it. Stop with the science class and ruining everything. Stop it. Oh. No. No, the will of the Force. Oh, man. Anakin, I don't either. No, nobody watching this understood. Nobody watching this goes, finally now I know how Luke was able to make that shot. Finally, now I know how Yoda was able to pull that X-Wing out of the muck. Finally, now I know how to grab a lightsaber out of ice, how to choke somebody. It's all about quieting my mind. Okay, now, these midichlorians, they are symbiotes, right? So, explained already. Oh, wait, hold on. There's a new cool hologram. Yeah, you're in control, whatever. Now, do they have their own agenda? Because they sense the Force, or they channel the Force, or there's something? Because, like, there's the dark side and light side. Is it like, oh, the midichlorians have to go along with my fear, so now we're willing to do nasty things? Like, the midichlorians give you the power, but they're also just like, also they're just your slaves too. Catch on pretty quick. Okay, corporate Han, family man Han Solo. Like, did you not see the pod race from your ivory tower? You got to care about that. You're a pilot guy. This is why she didn't dump him in the streets. I need the Gungan army. Heck yeah, they spotted you. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing about this and why this still gets so good here at the end. I mean, even though there's a movie I don't like, and then I don't like it, but I can like parts of it. Now that episodes 7 and 8 are out, 9 is not out. 9 is coming out soon, so we'll see how that goes. But 7 and 8 are in the books. Now, 7 was enjoyable. 8, still going back and forth on it. I feel like I need some more viewings. 7 was fun. 7, though, did a lot of things that 4 did, so people see a lot of the parallels there. It's fine, good. Now, you gotta give him credit. At least he did something totally fresh here. As bad as it was, this is fresh. Like, episode 1 is not like anything else in the Star Wars world. It wasn't like repeating a plot points. It wasn't, I don't know. So, but it did have the beats towards the end of what I love about about Star Wars, where you had the duel. You had the duel with the lightsabers. You had the ground army battle, and then you had the space battle. And it's like, I love where that's repeated. I love that you have that like in episode 6. There's the duel in the Emperor's chamber. There's the fighting with the two armies on Endor, and then there's the battle happening in space. that just, I love that. I love that. So I love that kind of trio of battles taking place happened here again, like it did in episode 6. I love that. Still trying to hydrate. Not drinking enough water these days. Oh, here it comes. The big reveal. Keira Knightley is not Queen. It is Natalie Portman. Wait. The mechanics. Bombad's a good word. They knew. The captain of the guard's like, I gotta get on my knee for this guy. And the army's like, what's the fat guy gonna say? What's Fat Boss gonna say? Is he gonna take us to war? It's a good laugh. Man, if I do another one of these and I have to do episode 2, the mystery one. Oh god, that spit. Yeah, if I do episode 2 for this, and then we get to the Drax diner scene, oh god, all the groaning. Darth Maul should not be putting up with this. He should cut off both those guys' heads, Sith style, and he should just be running the Trade Federation. He's like, droids, y'all listen to me now. Yes, my master. Still so good. Now, I mean, I didn't say it earlier, but like, can I not say it now? Like how he just got Boba Fetted. Like at least he had that one good fight. I don't think Boba Fett had any good fights. I mean, the only time he's in action is when right before he falls in the Sarlacc pit. Always one of the most disappointing like appearances, but just one of the best. Oh my god, the Mandalorian show is coming out soon. I hope y'all see this before, but I am right now in this joyful, blissful ignorance of the Mandalorian show. I'm excited. It looks good. And, maybe I'll end up doing a commentary on how bad that is someday. But right now, I'm excited for that one. I kind of feel like the Gungan King. It's kind of like Trump. He's like President Trump. I see, he like walks up. He's like, what's going on? I'm here to help. Oh yes, these are gonna be my ideas. Yes, I'm participating. I'll pick out the colors on Air Force One. I did a redesign. The Queen's Gambit. It's a good move. Well, also, it's going to buy some time. I mean, if they're going to come back, it might buy some time for the new chancellor to get things cleared up. Oh, this is the line. Wipe them out. All of them. Oh, it's so good. Honestly, the best thing you can do, the best thing about episode 1 is the trailer. Here's how I was watching the Star Wars movies before. Well, I mean, I already gave up on that. So, the best thing to do to watch the Star Wars movies now, the order I like to watch them in, as we watch this. Okay, this is a great shot of the Gungan army amassing. It's fun. It's good. This is fun. I like seeing that army moving along. That's fun. So I like to watch Fanboys first because it gets me excited for what episode 1, 2, and 3 were. So here's Derek's list of how to watch Star Wars. So you watch, first thing you do is you watch Fanboys, literally the movie Fanboys. Then you watch the trailer to episode 1. All right, then watch episode 4. That's it. You watch Fanboys, trailer to episode 1, then you watch 4, 5. No, I'm sorry. I blew it already. You watch Fanboys, then you watch the trailer for episode 1, then you watch Rogue One before New Hope. I'm sorry again. I'll backtrack this. Refresh. Oh yeah, the little laser pointers. SOS. Okay. So we're going to watch Fanboys. Then we're going to watch the trailer for episode 1. Then we watch Solo. Cuz I was going to say R1 before Solo, but Solo first because R1 rolls into episode 4 perfectly. So it's got to be Solo. And then a Rogue One, then A New Hope. So let's recap. Fanboys, episode 1 trailer, Solo, Rogue One, New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and then you just continue down the line. Empire Strikes Back, and then episode 6, 7, and 8 covered. Then you got all. Then you go back and you watch the Christmas special after that. You just throw on the Christmas special. I don't know, or maybe Caravan of Carnage, or Courage. I have that on DVD. The one where the girl's on like Endor. Man, I need to watch that. I'm gonna watch that someday with my daughter. Look at all those dead droids. Oh my god, was that the first one to get hit? That was the first soldier to like see people they're getting hit there. They should have got hit earlier too. Oh no, that pilot. I don't think he made it. I don't think he made it. Now, I don't know how I feel about the Naboo starships. I don't know how I feel about them. This standoff is kind of fun. Oh god, General Jar Jar. Ugh. Those things are cool. Okay, all the little carriers are cool. And that's another reason why they gotta be small. And they can't be as cool looking because you gotta set out so many of them. Trebuchet, the portable trebuchet, that's dope. And the Trade Federation ships look good too. If I was there, I would be afraid. Hopefully you can't hear. Picking up a little. Picking up a little bit of a house phone. Hopefully you guys aren't hearing the message. I'm going to talk over whatever message is coming through the house phone, the house phone voice message. Okay. Oh, General Jar Jar doing General Jar Jar things. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is going to go well. And then he's going to fling it. Oh, he's so annoying. I'm going to get technical. I'm going to get technical on this one. You stay in that. I'm going to stay in the cockpit. Oh, why does he waste so much time? He should have just gone in there and started mowing. The peel out's cool. Oh, and the reveal. Oh. All right. All right. This I might be saying it right here. This fight scene might be worth watching. This fight scene might be worth watching. Fired up. This reveal. Oh, the double. Oh, the first time you saw a gimmick lightsaber. So good. So good. And look at him. He sold his soul for those powers to look that good while fighting with a lightsaber. He sold his soul to look that good. Yes, you do. You're the whiz kid. You're wizard Harry Potter. You're a wizard, Harry. Busted. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan too, which is true. Oh, see, I love that. Like when you've upgraded and there's like, okay, those shields can't handle those types of cannons. I love that. I love that. And I love to put my planes on automatic pilot to take me to the most dangerous place in the galaxy. Either that or he was lying. He's like, yeah, my feet are just carrying me this way. They're on autopilot. Oh, this part, you open the door for me. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. Okay, this fight might be the whole price of admission. Yeah, that phrase, like, oh, it's worth the price of admission. Like this. And, you know, a lot of it is the music. I don't like a lot of horror movies. There's some stuff. I like post-apocalyptic. I like some zombie stuff. But what really gets me and why I can't like watch some of the creepier stuff is the music is just so powerful and it really messes me up. And here you've got it where the music just carries you so perfectly through these events. Oh, John Williams. No one does it like you, sir. It's probably like listening to all the John Williams early in my life that got me into like loving classical music so much, like Bach and Vivaldi, and just really, really loving classical music and opera. Oh, poor Gungans. Now they have those horses. Let's call them horses, okay? They're not horses, but whatever the things they ride are. Isn't it funny? Like they have those down in their city, and there's nothing aquatic about those things. Like the dinosaurs they ride. Oh God, this part. Oh God. Oh God. I love how like their droids are walking over. Oh, and he takes out one of the shield ones. Of course. Ugh, grown. That's the lowest point of this. Like you've got all this cool action sequence, this cool fight in space, this cool like the cool duel, and you've even got like the armies squaring off is so good, and you throw the Jar Jar moments in it, and it's like, yes, I know people feel that way about Ewoks. I get it. I don't care. At least like the Ewoks set up like dope traps and like, you know, the log roll and the things that like. When an ATST is marching through the thing, it literally can't see that coming. You know, that's good stuff. Like, are there cheesy moments where they're flying on their kites and they drop the rocks from them? Okay, little cheesy. But you don't have one of them getting tangled in their own... Okay, doesn't Wicket like get tangled up and like he hits his own face with his bola? Whatever. But like that doesn't turn into translating like wiping out like 14 stormtroopers or whatever. there's just there's a cheesiness that comes with us. It's sci-fi, so much suspension of disbelief. There is a difference between where it's taking you with Ewoks and that level of cheese to the next level here of cringe and groan. Like, I like a little bit of cheese. Everybody likes a little bit of cheese, but nobody wants to cringe and groan. Just gonna coin the cringe and groan phrase right now. So I mean, that's what Jar Jar is. He's cringe and groan. He's not even cheese. So it's just too much. It's just too much. Now, he just when something, in any action movie when somebody's approaching you, I love where they bring the gun to you. You've got a sword and you're shooting and killing everything. But the guy with the machine gun, he's holding it and he's not pointing it at you until the camera's on him. Then he slowly turns it towards you, but then and then he creeps into sword range and gets stabbed. Like, I'm so sick of seeing that in movies. Like, I get you got to take a lot of people out, and I get there's like a lot of weird ways you got to do it and stuff for like make the fight make sense. But to me, like, it totally sucks everything out of it and how little sense that makes. Like, if I have a gun and there's the good guy doing the quote unquote good guy, but I'm like, I don't know, I'm living in a movie and I'm a henchman and I've got a gun. I am not walking towards him with my gun and unloading a clip as I move towards him, even though that can make you a better shot. One, the movement's a problem. The movement is an issue. Running gun, that is hard. That is hard to do. I don't care who you are. So even if you stand still and you're trying to get the shot off on the hero, and the other thing to do is like step back and fire, step back and fire, step back and fire. Like, don't move into sword range. They all move into sword range or whatever range. Like, the good guy doesn't have the gun. And John Wick, he's like sideways, whatever. But so, oh no, the shields are down. Get out of there. And those tanks are kind of cool. And then Jar Jar, cringe and groan moment number 2. He's going to take out the tanks. Cringe and groan number 2. It's like, come on. Like, it's like, I get it. But, like, the Ewoks had planned traps. This isn't a planned trap. Like, General Jar Jar, you're going the wrong way. Oh, it's okay. I'm taking out all the tanks because I tripped. And, yeah, third cringe and groan. And honestly, in a droid army, there's probably not an actual droid driving that. It's probably got its own auto-piloting stuff, right? I mean, it probably is a droid itself. Uh-oh, and the turn. Busted. We've got billions of droids and we put them on every level. Perfect. We're going inside. See, now that makes for a fun, like, Star Tours ride. Man, I love the Star Tours ride. Even the redone version of it is all so great. The Naboo fighters are unique. They're unique. I kind of like them. The yellow is whatever, but this is a good little pause moment. Like, I don't know what this little reset for is, but it's a nice touch. It's a nice touch. It's like, all right, everybody, time out. Let's bring out the orange slices and snacks. This is sad to have to watch. Like, what? This is great writing. Like, you have to watch him, like, your boss die. And you even see it coming. Now I wonder, you can't use the Force through that? Oh, and he's just like I'm on to the next. You're next. Oh. See, and now here's an interesting Jedi moment. Like, look at it. Is he swallowing? Is he taking the deep breath? Now, will he not fight with the anger? Is he gonna let the dog off the chain and go dark side and like, I'm gonna fight with my anger? Yeah, that's just stupid. What are you gonna think of when you're right there? I will sign no treaties. Yeah, like that droid running in. That droid running in with his rifle. And all the other ones who never pulled the trigger. Alright, let's negotiate. Yeah, new treaty. Oh, look at the rage. Look at the rage. Take deep breath. A Jedi is calm. Oh, look at him. Oh, I love the bob. Oh, look at him get in there with the rage. Obi-Wan. Yes. Oh, it's so epic. Like, even just like the gloss on the floor. Like, that's a choice, you know? That's a choice that the set designer has to make. Is like, I want the floor glossy where like the lightsaber like can be seen on the floor. Oh, that, like, get over here. Ray Park, such a great actor, such a great performance in this. Like, you know, especially as far as like his facial expressions, even just like this looks mean. He pulls it off so like even. I know he doesn't have like a lot of dialogue. He's not doing a lot of, you know, thespian work here, but his martial arts are, you know, top notch, and just the way he carries himself, the facial expressions, the delivery of the lines. Man, one of my favorite performances in this movie. Uh-oh. What does this do? Ha ha. Oops, that was the whole plan of getting up there. Oops, I won the war. Guys, oops, we killed Hitler. Oops. That's this whole movie is oops. Oops, we found a Jar Jar. Oops, we found an Anakin. Oops, I won a pod race. Oops, I'm taking out tons of droids. Oops, I took out all of the droids. Just oops everywhere. Oops and poops. Star Wars Episode 1, Oops and Poops. Oh, there's some people dying. That's a rad explosion. I love that explosion. That's a good one. Look, I can push them over. Oh, there's the reference. 1138. That was droid 1138. There's your throwback. Little Easter egg for Lucas and his like whatever that this college film or his short. That one's so great. Love that moment. He senses the lightsaber, which has no midichlorians to it. What's going on? I'm making a face. Jiggle jiggle. And so much surprise, no time for a reaction. All right, sisters, come and find his halves. Oh, brutal. Brutal. This is a tender moment. Oh, Qui-Gon. That's the other thing. Would Qui-Gon have created Vader? And I don't think Obi-Wan did a bad job. He failed him, but he was more of a brother than a father figure. Qui-Gon might have had that father figure that Mr. Miraculous Birth needed. Oh, Qui-Gon. Plus, having a Jedi die in this that's a really big deal. Crazy. So, that's something. That's something. They went hard, killing off your one of your main characters. You know, wouldn't they go back and throw the Sith guy under the bus? These guys have no morals. These guys have no morals. They've got no qualms. They would totally throw out the Sith guy. Oh, ha 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 ha. Yeah, because there's already not peace and... I mean, like... The Jedi rule. Like, there's not already peace and prosperity. Like, wouldn't it be more like, oh, hey, we're gonna make sure everything stays cool and make sure, like, stupid events like this don't happen again? You're not Qui-Gon. Ooh, Qui-Gon, you are not. Mm-hmm. Grave danger. Oh, look at that turn. I love the way his head turns. And then here we come with some prophecy. Love that. Love the way Yoda speaks. Poor Qui-Gon. Mm-hmm. There's a moment. I feel like I could pull off the Obi-Wan look if I keep the hood on. Like right up to here. Know what I'm saying? Like right up to here where you can't see any of my missing hair. And I could pull the young, like I can make the braid. I could still grow out the braid. I could grow the braid out still. Oh, and wouldn't that be like so horrible to see like an old dude who's got the ring when it, like, you know, comic book guy from Simpsons, he's got the ring, what I got here, the halo grows long, and then I can throw like a Padawan tail on it. Am I too old for that now? I'm about to be 40 40 here in like 4 weeks. I can pull off the Padawan braid. Now this is something that lacked in the first, you know, movies that were released 4, 5, and 6 until the special editions, which I don't even want to talk about. The celebrations were rough. And, you know, the end of the first one was really good. Them getting the medals at the medal ceremony, that was awesome. So this one, I feel like the score is a little too lively, or I don't know what it is with maybe the singing that it is. I don't know. It'd be interesting to hear some other take. But another thing I don't get is, why did the council go to Naboo? Like the whole, like, at least like a bunch of the Jedi Council members came to Naboo. Like, that's a little weird. But maybe they do that. Like, they're like, oh, we gotta go make an appearance. We gotta go do a show up over here. But no, it's cool. It's cool to see the reveling. Oh, and now I get my little haircut. His braid grew fast. Like, his hair was not that long to have the little side tail action. Oh, and that closing music. Ba 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 ba. Yeah, so great. So I'm closing it out here. Thank you. If you made it this far, tell me. Let's do a typo the phrase in, like, at the end. Like, if you do the comment, like, what would be a good comment for me that I can read your comment and just give you a little heart and thank you for sitting through the whole thing. So if you sat through the whole thing and you tell me, let's go back to the captain of the Queen's ship. We'll call him Corporate Han. So if you type in there, Corporate Han gets it done or something like that. Corporate Han gets it done. Gets it Dan. Yeah, make it stupid and rhyme. Corporate Han gets it Dan. I don't know, something. Just if you made it to the end, I appreciate it. Let me know that you did in the end. I'll obviously I'll probably love every comment anyway, so it doesn't matter if you made it this far. Yeah. That was super fun. This will be the last time I probably ever watch this, so enjoy my commentary. My review of the movie is that it is a tough watch. It is cringe. It is so cringy, and I can't do it anymore. I can't deal with the cringe. I can't take it with the Jar Jar. It would be epic if Disney did an official edit. Oh, they've got to have everything right now. Could you imagine if Disney does a re-edit of episode 1 with everything they ever shot? I mean, that would be really super dick to Lucas. But they're like, hey, we paid you for your feelings. Here's $4 billion to go feel better and shut up. Like, I would do, if I was there, if I had any power at Disney, if I had the power to do it, I would do it. We're doing a re-edit. Oh my God, that'd be amazing. And poor Ahmed Best. I love the dude in spirit. And I'm sorry I would remove you from this movie, but you would have as much role in this as the little kidster kid or whatever. Wizard Annie, like, you'd be there for that. Which you can't be bummed on about. You were seriously doing that the whole time. So this is my last watch of this. I would love to see a different edit come some other day down the line in another universe or whatever. But if this gets enough views and enough likes, and I would be willing to sit through episode 2, the what is that one? That's the detective drama one where they have to solve the mystery, and then the third one, which isn't as bad as I think as episode 1 and 2. But this was super fun. Thank you for hanging in there with me, and I hope you watched just along with the audio ducked on your version with me chatting. Comment, tell me your thoughts on my thoughts, and do a commentary to my commentary, or just let me know what happened. So I appreciate you hanging out. I appreciate you watching, and I am officially saying goodbye to Star Wars Episode 1. I will relive you through the glory that is the Fanboys movie. I will relive you through the glory that is the Episode 1 trailer. But for now, I'll say probably not ever again. Not never again. I don't like nevers, but probably not. It's going to be hard for me to get to do this. I wanted to do this for you. And even if you is future me, I love talking to future me. So future Derek, I did this one for you. So you can always jump to this point in the video and say, thank you, past Derek, for taking one for me. All right. Later.